Happy Monday, everyone. I am Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, and I am your victory coach and the founder of Wise Wives Field. And this is your Momentum Monday, where we come in briefly and we start your week off because I believe that we can start strong and end even stronger. So we're taking back our Mondays, right? So for me, I'm here in the office. It is admin day here. And so we're doing some things a little bit differently on today. So this is a midday momentum Monday where I want to give you that boost. I want to give you that motivation, that encouragement. I want to provoke you to action. Okay. And so as we are going through our time together today, we're going to be talking about time management. That if you're going to maintain your momentum, you have got to manage your time. You've got to pay attention to where your time is going. So I want to give you some tips, some tools, some things that you can use so that you're like me. Your time does not get away from you this week, right? And so our scripture for today is going to be from Ephesians 5:15. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, making the best use of your time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So, we want you to use the best use of your time, okay? So, as we jump into this thing called time management, maximize. I want you to maximize every moment, right? Everybody, if I ask you how many hours in the day do you have to get done what you need to get done, we would all give a resounding 24 hours, right? But truth be told, how many of those do you sleep? So, if you have 24 hours, true. Everybody has a 24-hour period. But depending on if you sleep 5 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, if you're like my son, he can sleep about 10 to 11 hours. So really, he would only have like 13, 14 hours to get things done, right? So you have take out your sleep patterns, take out an hour, whatever it is, unless you're doing a working lunch or whatever. The times that you're scrolling and on your phone, take those times out. So now you have a realistic view of how much time you really have, right? And so when you start looking at time management, you're going to have to really, one of the things I do sometimes is I have to journal, right? When you first start this process, you may need to journal. And so what do? You write down what you do on a daily basis, because some of us don't even realize there's some things you do on a daily basis that you don't even think about it because it's just a part of your routine, right? So as that being, if that's being a part of your routine, you don't even realize, oh, well, I talked to 3 or 4 people before my day even starts. That takes up about an hour and a half of your day, right? So we want to be able to identify that. Okay. So we're talking about things for good time management. And so you may need to start by organizing. Organize your space. Organize your thoughts. Okay. So one, organize the space that you're going to be working in so that it's conducive, so that it's not stressful for you. If you're in the midst of clutter and chaos, that might not be the most productive place. So you may need to take time, organize the space so it can be more productive and work for you. Then I want you to organize your thoughts. Okay. And sometimes you may have to, one of the things I was reading, and it says get things done, right? And what that is a theory. It's a rule of a school of thought where you take everything, we would call it a brain dump. So you take everything that's in your head, you dump it onto paper, and then you begin to prioritize it and organize it as it pertains to how soon do you need to have that done. But it gives you a running list of things that you need to do, and it gets it all out of your head onto paper so that you can kind of get a plan of attack. So organize your space, organize your thoughts. Listen, Listen, for some of y'all, plan ahead. Okay? Plan ahead. Don't do. That's why we do things like meal prep. We think forward what is going to be happening, so we start making the necessary arrangements so that we're not getting caught off guard. Okay, so plan ahead. If you know you got something going on Thursday, start planning now. Like how do I make sure that happens on Thursday and I'm not stressed out? That's part of time management. So organize your space, organize your thoughts, plan ahead. Okay. Now, this is one that was hard for me. Take breaks. What? Take a break. Get up, leave the computer. If you work a 9 to 5, whether you smoke or not, take your smoke break. Go walk down the hallway, come back, just allow your brain to refresh itself. Okay, because some of these other tools that I'm going to give you, it requires you, it's built in to take a break, right? So one of them is going to be time block, right? That's where you, on your calendar, you block off periods of time to get things accomplished. So you may have um blocked off from 8 to 12, where this is where I'm going to do all of my work and all of these kinds of things. So you block off specific times, 7 to 9, 3 to 5, whatever the case may be. Some of y'all, you really need to start blocking off your lunch. You need to block in lunch. You need to block in me time, where you make sure that you are putting yourself on your calendar. Okay. So that would be a time block. One of my blocks is Friday. Friday is my day. So that's me time for me. After around 12 o'clock, I'm done for the day, right? One of the joys of being an entrepreneur. But but that's my time to prepare for my family and things like that. So it's all about what I need to do. But I even have to prepare ahead for that. Okay. So that's a time block. We're blocking specific time for specific tasks. Then there's a time box example. Okay. And that's where you break down large tasks into smaller pieces and then complete those pieces in a reasonable amount of time. So if you notice, that's kind of like how you have, say you have a checklist, right? So you have this big thing you need to get done. So you say, okay, I need to write this book. So from 8 to 9, I'm going to work on the outline. After you work on the outline from 8 to 9, you take a break. Then you come back and you say, okay, now I need to work on this. And you work on that thing for a specific amount of time. You take a break. Okay. Then you come back. Or at night, you have it set up if you are a dualpreneur, okay? Meaning you have a 9 to 5 and you're trying to work on you're an entrepreneur. You may have to say, okay, from 7 to 9, 8 to 10, something like that every night. Martina Young, an amazing, she's the she is she trains entrepreneurs trainer. She used to tell us 1 hour a night, 1 hour a day. By the end of the week, you have put 5 hours into your business. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be. But the time that you do have, it needs to be focused. It needs to be intentional. It needs to be direct. Okay. So that's time box. So then you can check off, right? Check off. I've done that, done that, done that. And then the sum of the small parts makes one big thing that you needed to get done. Okay. So that's time box. Then there's Pomodoro method. And that's where this is my new little friend that's going to be in my office. I got this at the Great Collide. It had one purpose then, it has a whole nother purpose now, but it keeps me on track that I can set the timer. I really do this a lot when I am when I have to clean out old paperwork, if I'm cleaning out closets, things like that. I set the timer for 30 minutes. I do it for 30 minutes and then I stop. Okay. Go do something else. And then if you need to come back, come back. Why? It keeps you from getting overwhelmed. So you do it in like 25 to 30-minute blocks of time. If you're going to write or whatever, you go all in for those 25, 30 minutes, set a timer, put your phone on do not disturb, and then you come out of it, you take a break, and if you need to go back in, you go back in. Okay? So that's the Pomodoro method that keeps you from getting overwhelmed in the process, feeling like I got to do it all at one time. You don't know when I'm going to get finished with it. So setting the timer, okay, I got 25 minutes, which keeps you focused. That's what they do with kids for the timeout chair, right? You put them in the timeout chair for 20, 25 minutes. For my son, that worked. But if you put him in timeout and he didn't know when he was getting out, he probably wasn't going to stay in there. But when we set the timer and say, you got 20 minutes, when this timer goes off, you can get up. He could sit there for those 20 minutes because there was an end in sight. So this method works to kind of make you focus, do it. Even if you're sorting, right? When you're sorting stuff, you sort. What am I going to keep? What am I going to get rid of? What keep, throw away, donate. Keep, throw away, donate. Piles. And then put your keep stuff, have a place, put it up. Throw away, immediately throw it away. Don't go back through that stuff. Immediately throw it away. And then donate. Have a bag set up to where you can move it out of sight, out of mind, and take it to Goodwill or wherever you're going to donate it. Okay. So that's another way of doing it. And then task stacking is another way, a good way of managing your time. This is when you do more than one thing. It's a little different from it's kind of multitasking, but here's the thing. For example, you stack things that you can do together. So I like to do this when I'm driving. I'll drive and put on an audiobook. So I'm reading a book, listening to a book while I'm driving, right? So I'm going where I need to go, doing what I need to do. And I'm normally in the car maybe 20, 30 minutes. So I've done 20 to 30 minutes of a book as well. Okay. You may want to work out and listen to an audiobook or listen to something that is personal development or something like that. So now not only are you working your body, but also you're working your mind at the same time. Okay. So things that you can do at the same time, that you can put them together, and that will save you some time. So instead of, okay, I got to work out, then I got to come and I got to read the book or listen, the Bible, what you can do some of that stuff together. Okay. So that's time stacking. And then you're going to have to set boundaries. When it comes to, just like with everything else, when it comes to time management, you're going to have to set boundaries. And that if you've put that on your calendar, that's me time, if you put that on your calendar, that after this time or between this time and this time, I was working on something and I was like, oh, and I was like, you know what? Let me get this video done first, and then I'll take care of that. Why? Because I would have been an hour or two, and no, we don't know what's gonna happen between the time I was supposed to do the video and I would have gotten to do it, and then I'd be too tired and not do it. So I had to stop, stay to my word, do the Momentum Monday, and then I'll go back into other things that need to get done. So we're moving right along, and I'm implementing this stuff today. I am applying this today. I'm setting my timers. I've had to do some things in the car, and I was doing some other things that I could do while I was doing that, so that I'm not just and it's one thing after the other thing after the other thing, and taking those breaks, taking those moments to breathe. Okay. So this is Coach Williams. This has been your Momentum Monday. I hope something was said today that you feel empowered, you feel encouraged, you to act. I want you to be moved to action, okay? This is Momentum Monday. How you start the week, you can end even stronger if you apply these little things that we're talking about to be able to manage your time. Yes, we all have 24 hours, but depending on how long you sleep, other things that are pulling on your time, you may not technically have 24 hours to get things done because you still need to sleep. You need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to take those breaks to allow your brain, to allow your body to refresh, to revive, to renew itself so that you're not always going on 100. So if you need me, you can reach out to me at www.thecassandrawilliams.com. The Great Exchange is coming. That is our women's empowerment weekend. I would love to see you there. Just simply go to that link. If you're needing one-on-one coaching, you're interested in group coaching, you want me to come and talk to your ministry team or leadership team and just give them a little pick me up. Hey, I travel for that too. So just reach out to me for all things coaching, Victory Coaching. I am a certified professional life and empowerment coach and Christian mentor. So have an amazing Monday because you too can start this week strong and end even stronger. I'll see you guys next week for your Momentum Monday. Be blessed, everyone. Bye bye.